Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to use the weekly template to find setups that don't come back, setups that go in your direction and just keep on making you money till the end of day or even the next day. So do you ever feel like you're getting stopped out too early or the market's not moving in your favor as much? Well, watch this video and hopefully you learn something from this video. So I'm going to be using USD JPY as an example because this week it's set up perfect. So first of all, we need to know where we are in the month. So this is the end of May and this is the beginning of June. This is the beginning of a new month. And we also can see we have a low of month here. So that's the low of June. And we were at the high of the month. When I was looking at this trade, we were up high because this was the high of the month, but it got taken out on Tuesday. So this becomes the new high of the month. So let's just put our red line here. Okay, so we have a high and low for the month. Alright, high and low. We also have our high and low for the Monday range. So Monday likes to set the high and the low. And as we can see in this instance, we have the high and the low. Okay, so Monday set the high and the low. Tuesday came, broke the range. It broke out of the range, but it ended up closing back within the range and basically going nowhere. On Wednesday, what do we have? Wednesday, day 3, midpoint range of the week. This market can either continue trending up or it could reverse. So, as you can see, we're waiting for the New York session, the session that I trade. And as you can see, price within the session goes up, takes out the high of the month, also yesterday's high, and also the high of the week. This is a very important level as all other time frames are currently in this market. As soon as the price is breaking out of this high, other players are now involved. So what happens here? Also keep in mind that on this day, as you can see here, at 8:30 AM New York time, there was major red news. So we're gonna wait for the news to play out and we're gonna trade ideally after 9:30 equity hour open or into the third hour. But this is a currency, so I'm looking for second hour trades. So let's see how price behaves after the news comes out. So this is 8 AM New York time. And this was the 8:30 release of news. As you can see, the market is telling you where it wants to go. With this news release, the market is telling you it wants to go down back within the range. As you can see, Monday's highs, Monday's low is the range. We are now trading back within the range. Also, we have a 3 session of rise for the collapse back down. Where does this market want to go? Well, it wants to go to the low of the week as all these London traders are in the money. So how do we get in? Okay. Like I said, we're only trading after 9:30 equity hour open. So let's get our vertical line and put it at the 9:30 equity hour open. So this line, we're only trading after this line. So now all we do is just sit on our hands and wait. So if we're taking this trade and we want it to go down to the low of the week, we want to look at levels. This is the open of the day. This is previous weekly high. We also have the Asian high, the London high, and yesterday's high. And we also have the EMA. So I want to see how price reacts of these levels so I can take the trade all the way down to the low of the week. Okay, so this candle here is the 9:30 equity hour open, and as you can see, it's closing as a pin bar after hitting Asian high, after hitting the previous weekly high, and it's also reacting off the EMA. But we want to be entering price on yesterday's close, which is just below this candle. So if price breaks this 30-minute candle to the downside, and as you can also see, there's the Asian mid-level. So if price breaks down beneath the Asian mid-level and yesterday's close, I'm willing to take the trade, putting my stops just above the high of this candle and letting it run to the low of the week. So let's see what happens. Alright, price broke this candle, and that's where we can enter the short on the 30-minute time frame. Stops just above the high of the candle on the pin bar, targeting the low of the week. And let's just see how price reacts. As you can see, straight into drawdown, zero stress, rinse and repeatable, and it's a very logical trade to take and very high probability. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Please like and subscribe for more of these. See you later.